It clicked the other day. I'm not getting enough salt for my activity level, for my lifestyle, and I need to add salt to my water. Hey everybody, it's Aaron from the Kilby Life, bringing you another Kilby Life video. I am slow. Anyone that watches this channel knows that is true. I bet people are bashing their heads against the walls and just frustrated with me, the decisions I make and the way I make them. And people are like telling me, look at this idiot. Essentially, he's an idiot. He says he doesn't feel good, yet he keeps eating a carnivore diet. Doesn't make any sense. You need to do this, you need to eat rice. You need to. I'm like, okay, well, the reason I started a low carb diet and a carnivore diet is because I was diagnosed with type 2 diabetes. So the last thing I want to do is start eating a bunch of carbohydrates and raising up my insulin. Now I could probably have some and be just fine, and I maybe will someday do an experiment, but right now I'm focusing on, you know, my protein and my fat, making sure those macros are accurate. But the reason I was saying I was slow is because one of the critics was saying, look at him. He says he's tired. He doesn't feel good. He's tired, and he's not changing what he's doing. And I started thinking about it. I'm like, okay, why do I feel good when I feel good? Why don't I feel good sometimes? And what were the things that I was doing when I felt good or not doing? Just racking my brain, because it's frustrating, because I don't feel like I'm doing anything different. Why do I feel tired? The other day I was like, I'm so tired. I was like, I get up and I'm like, oh, I'm just exhausted. I mean, I live a busy life. I push myself, but I shouldn't be that tired. And all of a sudden, in my head, I recalled a conversation I had with a coach, and he was talking about salt. And he was like, I salt my water. It's like, oh, okay, you salt your water. He's like, I salt all my water. And it was playing in my head. I'm like, you salt all your water? Yes, all my water. Like every time you drink water. See, I'm a little slow. But it was replaying in my head, and I was thinking back to just a couple months ago when I was consistently just getting up and making a cup of salted water with some beef tallow and having like my mock beef broth. And guess what? I remember feeling great, having a lot of energy. So I got up that next day and did the same thing. And lo and behold, I start feeling better, because I was suffering from a bunch of fatigue because I'm not getting enough salt. And then the next day I had some salt in a drink, and then was drinking water later and had some salt in it. And all of a sudden I'm buzzing around like a busy bee. Wow, you're really good at talking. Immediately I started, my workouts got even better, and like I'm out doing walks like I am right now. The other day I was like, oh dude, let's run. And I had been struggling quite a bit with wanting to run, like sprint at all. I usually sprint up this hill. I get here and I didn't want to do it. And maybe I'm just lame, but why did I want to do it before and not do it before? Could it just be salt? Surely salt couldn't be that big of a deal, but it is. And I don't have to give you all the science-backed reasoning about the salt, because you can look it up on the internet. And you can look up counterpoints and points and counterpoints when it comes to salt. But I think if you're on a carnivore diet, low carb diet, ketovore diet, these electrolytes and salt in particular for me is really important for my energy level. Now, having magnesium and potassium is a good thing, and I used to be sponsored by Element and back in the day, and always recommended the raw and flavored stuff just because I was like, it's the purest of the pure. But that was before the whole Element thing where you found out there's maltodextrin in it. That's a whole nother thing. That's not what I'm talking about today. I'm just saying, I know that salt is important. I know that I need to consume salt, and I salt all my food when I eat. But it clicked the other day. I'm not getting enough salt for my activity level, for my lifestyle, and I need to add salt to my water. And so what I like to do is I like to use Redmond's real salt, put some in some water. And how much do you need? I don't know. Google it. I like to put enough in it that it tastes a little bit salty. But I also like using the Malden smoked sea salt with some Wagyu beef tallow in a coffee cup and put hot water over it and just sit and sip that, and that is delicious. Now, you get some fat there and some salt, but I have found that that is greatly increased my activity level and my desire to move this week. Love it. That being said, I'm still getting old, like that guy in the gym said, and my arms don't want to, like, I can raise this arm, not so much, because I went hard because I had the energy to do it and the desire to do it. I was thinking about, not only was I struggling with fatigue, but I was getting really irritable too, because when you're tired and there's things demanded of you, you don't really want to do it. That's what I thought it was, but it was like, I was just irritable, really irritable, and it felt a little bit dizzy, like you had vertigo. I had vertigo a little bit. I wasn't having heart palpitation, but it's like I walk up a little bit of stairs and I'm like, oh geez, why am I so tired? Why, like, I swear I'm not this bad out of shape. What is wrong? I needed salt. I needed salt. And the reality is the diet that I'm eating, meat, you know, beef and eggs mostly right now, maybe a little pork tenderloin here and there. There's like no sodium in this food that I'm eating. So all the sodium I'm getting is from the sodium that I put on it. And in my mind sometimes still, it's like, you gotta be careful about salt, because you grow up like, that's too much salt, that's too much salt. You put a lot of salt, that's a lot of salt. But when you salt your food and stuff like that, a lot of that salt falls off of it. You don't necessarily consume it. And I was getting not enough salt. Not enough salt. When you're eating processed foods and stuff like that, you're getting way more salt than you realize. All right, confession time with Kilby. When it comes to salt, I saw a guy at work who had a stroke a few months ago, and he was eating a bag of chips, and I wanted to punch it. What the hell? Hey, but Aaron, won't salt raise your blood pressure? Yeah, I'm not sure if that's settled science, man. I actually find that my blood pressure seems better when I'm energetic and I have adequate amount of salt. Because when I feel like crap, it's not great because I'm stressed that I feel like crap. That's what I've found. And I try to check it quite a bit. It also is high at the doctor's office. Maybe that place has too much salt. What I'm hoping is that someone clicked on this video and they're like, hey, this guy is weird and slow. But like I heard Coach Bronson's voice in my head the other day, salt your water. Get some good quality salt. Don't use table salt. It literally has sugar in it. No, I will punch your table sugar. I will straight throat punch your table sugar. No, this is not happening. Get yourself some good quality salt. Low carb, carnivore diets. Get adequate salt. All right, I said you can Google it, but I just Googled it for you. How much do I need? Typical range, 4,000 to 7,000 milligrams per day. What does that mean? I don't know, Google that. That's anywhere from 2 to 4 tablespoons? No, 2 to 4 teaspoons. See, this is why I'm not a baker. So imagine someone takes that advice and has 2 to 4 tablespoons. That'd be a lot of salt. It would taste very salty, and you'd be like, this is too much salt. This guy on the internet is crazy. Yeah, another point. Listen to your body. Listen to your body. This tastes salty. Well, maybe you don't need any more salt. This is too salty. Oh, this salt tastes delicious. Maybe you should marry it. All right, I want to thank you guys for watching these Kilby Life videos. Thank you to the people that send me the encouraging messages. And thank you for any new subscribers, anyone that decided to click that button today. I'm gonna keep on this health journey and sharing the good, bad, and the ugly. Kilby out.